Welcome to Mr. Brandt's 5th grade Everyday Math Review. In this video, we're going to be going over lesson 2.13, which is interpreting the remainder. For the first sample problems, I'm going to go through the division pretty quickly because we're just going to be talking about the answer and how to think about what to do with the answer. And the third problem, that's going to be a combination of thinking about the remainders, but it's also going to be the example for the practice problem at the end, and that will be a little bit more about the process of division. So our first problem that we're going to do has to do with baseball cards, and Dean saved $15 to buy baseball cards. Each pack costs $6, so it's $6 per pack, which is pretty expensive, I think. When I was a kid, they were only 50 cents. All right, then here comes the question. How many packs can Dean buy? How many packs can Dean buy? So we're going to do a division problem. We have 15 divided by 6. 15 divided by 6 is 2. And we'll do 2 times 6 is 12. We subtract and we get 3. 3 is less than 6. There's nothing else to bring down, so we have a remainder of 3. Now, the question was, how many packs can Dean buy? So the first thing we're going to look at is our quotient right here. And we know for a fact that Dean can buy 2 packs. Then our remainder, we have to think about what our remainder represents. And in this case, the remainder represents money left over. Represents money left over. So if he has $3 left over, does he have enough to buy another pack of cards? Well, if there's $6 and he only has $3, he does not have enough money to buy another pack. So for the answer, we're going to ignore the remainder. We're going to ignore the remainder. And the answer to the question, how many packs can Dean buy? He can buy 2 packs. Okay, our next problem is going to be dealing with people at a party or a family gathering. So Alcina and Jax are setting up tables for a family gathering. There are 18 people. There are 18 people coming, and 4 people can sit at each table. So 4 people per table. Which leads us to our question, how many tables should they set up? How many tables should they set up? So let's start with our division problem. We're going to have 18 divided by 4. And 18 divided by 4 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. We subtract and we get 2. 2 is less than 4. There's no remainder, so we have 4 remainder 2. Just like in the previous problem, let's think about our question again. How many tables should they set up? So to start with, we're going to look at the quotient here. And we know that they need 4 tables for sure. 4 tables for sure. Then let's think about what the remainder represents. And in this case, the remainder represents people left over, kind of. So as of right now, these people don't have a table. So if you're having people over for a party and you wanted everybody to have a place to sit, would you only set up 4 tables in this case? No, because these 2 people wouldn't have a place to sit. So you'd have to add 1 more table. So 4 tables plus 1 table. That's going to give you 5 tables. So the answer for this question, how many tables should they set up? They should set up 5 tables. So when asked to ignore the remainder or round up, the choice for this problem is you would round up the remainder or not round up the remainder, you would round up, in this case, the 4 would go up to a 5 because you need 5 tables. All right, our final problem, remember, is going to be a combination of the practice problem at the bottom and thinking about the remainder. So here we go. A factory can make 70 t-shirts per day, or excuse me, 72 t-shirts per day. And they need to make 350 t-shirts. They need to make 350 total t-shirts. Question, how many days will it take to make all of the shirts? So I'm going to write that question down, even though I didn't for the last one. How many days? Let's make our division problem. We're going to have 350 divided by 72. 350 divided by 72. And here's our process over here. Reminder. We can think about, does McDonald's serve cheeseburgers daily raw? Divide, multiply, subtract, compare, bring down, and then either repeat or remainder. So for divide, we're going to start here in the hundreds place. And if we have 3 apples, could we make a pile of 72? And no, we cannot do that. If we had 35 apples, could we make a pile of 72? In this case, we can't do that either. So now we're going to have to go out and just do the whole thing. So 350 divided by 72. When I get to problems like this, I start and I kind of think about just this first number. And I do a division problem with that. So if I have 3 apples, can I get a pile of 7? No. If I have 35 apples, can I get a pile of 7? Yes. How many piles? 5. So to start with, I'm going to try 72 times 5 over here. And I think it's probably going to be a little big, but let's check. So 2 times 5 is 10. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 1 is 36. And it is. It's too big. 360 is too big. So now I'm going to try 4. I know 4 is going to work, but let's find out what the answer is. So 2 times 4 is 8. 7 times 4 is 28. So that's 288. So going through this process, divide. 350 divided by 72 is 4. Then I'm going to multiply. 4 times 72 is 288. Once I've done that, then I move on to my subtraction. And when I subtract, remember, I'm always going from the top down, and then I'm always going from right to left. Okay, don't forget to do that. So I can't do 0 subtract 8. I can't do 5 subtract 8, so I have to come all the way over to the 3 to borrow from the 3. Then I'm going to take the one that I borrowed at to 5, and that's going to become a 14, and then 10. So 10 subtract 8 is 2. 14 subtract 8 is 6. 2 subtract 2 is 0. So now I have 62. Sorry, after subtracting, I have 62. 62 is less than 72. So that's my comparing. Now I'm going to bring down. There's nothing more to bring down. Because there's nothing more to bring down, I don't repeat the process again. That just becomes my remainder. So I have 4 remainder 62. Now let's go back up here to our questions. Okay, how many days would it take? Well, we know that, I'm going to grab yellow for this, and we know that it's for sure going to take 4 days. Okay, so it's going to take 4 days. But now we have to check out our remainder. And what does this remainder represent for this problem? This represents the t-shirts that are left over. So if they have an order for 350 t-shirts, they can make 72 t-shirts a day, and that takes them 4 days, but they still have 62 t-shirts to make. Are they going to just not make those shirts and not fulfill their order? No, they're going to make those 62 t-shirts, and so they're going to have to do that the next day. So how many days does it take to make those t-shirts? It's going to take 5 days. And because of that, with our remainder, we're going to round up. We're going to round up our answer to 5 days. Hope this video was helpful, and make sure, as always, if you have questions, that you don't leave them unanswered. Ask your teacher, ask a friend that knows how to do these. And that brings us to the end of Unit 2. Have a great rest of your day.